Okay, I think we're recording. So welcome you guys. We're going to get started. I know more and more people are coming on and it's great to have a great group tonight. We're going to be sharing on something that I love to share on. And I know my two ladies that are good friends of mine are going to be sharing as well, Angie Thomas and Chris Coven. And they are also smoothie fanatics. And we're all going to kind of share some tips and information and, really some of the reasons why it's so important to have good quality protein in your day and your day-to-day life and your nutrition. It just has a lot of great value. And what I'm going to start with, for those of you who don't know me, just real quick, I'm just going to introduce myself and I'm going to introduce the other ladies as we come up to the time that they're going to share some demonstrations with you. But I am Rebecca Colby, and this is my family here. My husband David and I and our two boys and two dogs live in Oxford, Mississippi, and I am a health and wellness and business coach, as are the other ladies that are going to share tonight. And we are going to share on the Shaklee smoothies and shakes tonight, which I'm really excited because they've revamped them in the last week. They've come out and relaunched them, and I'm just super excited about that. And so we're going to share about that. But my background with Shaklee is it's something that I grew up with. I know Angie's going to share in a little bit. It's also something that she had grown up with. And it was 10 years ago this week on Wednesday that David and I partnered with Shaklee and the business. And it was never anything I ever thought I would do, but I absolutely love, even if we have to meet virtually like this, sharing information and helping people with health. My husband David, some of you know him, is a professor. He's a research scientist. His area is actually in nutrition, dietary supplements, pharmacy, from natural products. And he's also part of the Shaklee Field Science team. And all of us that are going to share tonight, and I know some of you already are involved in this, where we are just super excited to see where Shaklee is going, because right now, more than ever, this is something that people are looking for. And we've seen this with just, convenient food. People are really looking for that, but also that's power-packed with nutrition. And the smoothies that we're going to talk about tonight are super convenient food that's just power-packed with nutrition for you, for your family, for your kids. And one of my kids just popped in. Unexpected visitor. And we're just super excited about where everything's going right now, because it really is something that has been helping people with their health during these times, these unprecedented times that we're going through. Let's see if I can get my slides to move. Let's see what happened there. How about that? Okay. So what we're going to share about tonight, Shaklee's got a lot of things. We have over 300 products, but tonight we're going to focus on the smoothies. And we usually do these smoothie workshops in person. Some of you have actually been to those, and they're super fun to do that. But just with the time that we're in right now, I think it's just easier. And actually we can have a wider reach to share the information with those of you who are across state lines. And I get to do a smoothie workshop with not only Chris, who lives in my town, but Angie, who lives in St. Louis. So that's really fun to do that as well. And so, you know that when you're looking for protein, and we're going to talk about this tonight, but you go to the store, the health food store, and there's a zillion different options, and all different price points and different ingredients and different flavors and different companies. And what do you choose, right? Well, you want to make sure that you're looking for something like what we have that's unadulterated. It's pure ingredients, these nutrients that really go into the body, that are a clean source of protein. Really important. And you want to make sure that you're putting the clean nutrition in and the protein that's actually absorbing quickly, which is different from like a meat source of protein, right? Chicken, red meat, even dairy takes time to get into the blood and to break down. And with our protein, it's really quick. And we're going to talk about that. But that what you're getting with Shaklee is always, gone through the great gamut of testing and retesting before, during, and after. It's just a really super clean source. That is something, like I said, that's quick and convenient, but it has all the science behind it. We have, 100 patents and patents pending and papers, and that's all the stuff that my husband David was totally turned on to when he was looking at Shaklee. And when you look at Olympians, we have several that are on the Shaklee Pure Performance team that, an Olympian standard for what they have to go through for the random drug tests, they pass when they're taking Shaklee. And that's not always the same, with other companies, supplements and protein powders. So, that if they're trusting and using these products and putting them into their bodies with the high standards that they have to go through, that it's really, meeting that quality. And of course, everything has the 100% guarantee with it as well. So why is protein important? Why would we take protein? Why do we need protein? How much protein do we need? Many of you probably know that, protein really is the building block of all cells in the body. And, it's kind of like, I like to draw the analogy with, if you're building a house, it's that mortar that goes between the bricks, right? It holds everything together. And that's what protein does in our body. It's really important. It's that, essential macronutrient that does many things, and many people know that it can help build, lean muscle mass. A lot of times you think of bodybuilders needing big protein, and when you look at somebody who's taking Shaklee shakes, they're not going to have the huge muscles. We're going to have that good, tight, lean protein. That's what we want in the lean muscle mass. It also helps with repairing tissues, which is very important, making enzymes, helping with hormones. And often I'll get the question, how much protein do we need in our body? And you can see on this chart here that the dietary reference intake for a man is 56 grams and for a woman is 46 grams. But these are for sedentary people. And I know, some of you on this call are not sedentary. So you have to increase the protein with your activity levels. And that's why you might hear of people having a protein shake after a workout, or, have you ever had a time in your life when you've done maybe a leg workout for the first time in a while, and the next day it's a little difficult to walk because you want to make sure you're putting that good protein in afterwards to repair the tissue as you're doing these extra workouts that maybe your body hasn't done in a while or something like that. So that's kind of gives you an idea of how much we might need. Now, a lot of you are on tonight because you want to know about the new protein, right? Shaklee has, Dr. Shaklee made the very first protein powder, the first protein shake, if you will, around 1960. That's a long time ago. And, he was always leading the way in the, with the science and the products. And this is the same today. And I'm going to share a little bit about this. We have, all the different flavors that we've had with the Life Shake. But as you can see in these pictures here, one of the things that Shaklee did was improve the texture and the creaminess. And these pictures are not exaggerated. You can make a thick, creamy shake that is as smooth as that and taste that way. It's wonderful. And some of us have had the new Life Shakes. But all of the good things that we've had in the Life Shake still hold true, where it's powered by leucine, which is the most effective branch chain amino acid. Very, very important. And what that leucine does, and what it's been clinically shown to do, is to preserve muscle mass and also burn fat. So if somebody says to me, well, I've done all the diets in the world and I lose the weight and then it comes back even more, I believe them, because one of the things that a lot of diet programs do, and to be clear, this is not a diet, this is having a good nutritious meal, but it can help with weight loss. And so when people go on other programs, they might be losing not only fat, but also muscle. And when that comes back, it's going to come back bigger as fat, more fluffy, if you will. But with the leucine component to this, it really helps you to preserve that lean muscle mass, which is so important, guys. And it helps to burn the fat. Again, it can help with weight loss if you're looking for that, or even some people might be looking to gain weight. And it can help with that, adding some extra calories, helping with metabolism, reducing cravings. It really helps you to just feel fuller, longer, and it's super convenient. I just really, really love the shake in the morning because we're busy. When it's not COVID times, we're usually really busy in the mornings getting ready for school and activities. And it's so easy to grab something like this. This is a shaker cup with a little blender ball in it. Throw some milk or water and the protein in it and shake it and go. Super, super fast, super nutritious. My family can get some good quality protein in, which helps with energy and so many other things. Or you can throw some other things that we're going to share with you tonight in a blender and blend it up and have more of a smoothie with different flavors and textures and things like that, which I know Chris is going to share in a little bit. But this is just a really, really important thing. Now, one of the other big differences with what Shaklee has done with the new protein shake is they took out the stevia. A lot of people did not love the stevia as the natural sweetener. Sometimes people felt like it had a little aftertaste and the texture was a little bit not to their preference. And so Shaklee has hit it out of the park with this. We are the only company to use the natural sweetener, which is comes from fermented sugar cane, and it's called Red M. It's a natural sweetener that Shaklee's using and only Shaklee's using right now, and it's absolutely delicious. They also have 5 grams of regular cane sugar added in, so not much. But what you can see here with the shakes is a lot of what we had in the shakes is 20 grams of protein. And like we said before, guys, we want to be having good quality protein that is digestible, that is a pure form, that is a clean form, that breaks down quickly and gets into your system quickly to help with all the things that we're mentioning. The shakes have 24 vitamins and minerals, so there's really a great complete meal by themselves. They have 6 grams of fiber. And I want to talk about that real briefly because fiber is something that most Americans are not getting enough of in their day-to-day. I was reading an article today that said that most Americans get anywhere from 10 to 15 grams a day. And what we should be getting for women up to the age of 50, 25 grams, and men up to the age of 50, 38 grams. When you're over the age of 50, your fiber intake goes down slightly from that, but we want to make sure that we're getting good fiber because it can help with our intestinal, digestion, intestine health, and all of those things. It kind of, keeps everything kind of the coarseness of the fiber keeps everything moving down and not getting stuck in the intestine. So it's very, very important that we're getting that. So you can add things, and I'm not sure exactly what Chris is going to talk about and Angie's going to talk about in their segment, but you can add things like chia seeds and flax seeds, which I recommend stirring in instead of blending so you don't break up that fiber content. And you're going to be adding in another maybe 10 grams of fiber there along with the 6 grams, and you're getting most of your daily intake, or at least half of it, in one shake in the morning, which is a really great way to do that. A lot of people are looking for gluten-free and dairy-free because their systems it doesn't agree with them. So you get that in these shakes. They're a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, which is great for brain health, for heart health, for eye health, for joint health. And most of us are not getting enough omega-3s. We get a lot of omega-6s from our food, but not a lot of omega-3s, which comes from fish and fish oils and flax and things like that. Non-GMO. Shaklee's been non-GMO before it was a thing, since the 60s. I mean, we've always, or for over 60 years, I should say, everything has been non-GMO. Really important, and it's a very hard thing to find these days. No cholesterol in the shakes, they're vegan, and they have low glycemic index, which means that they will not spike your blood sugar. I have somebody on my team who's type 1 diabetic, and she was super skeptical when she saw that, and she started to use our shakes, and not only did it not spike her blood sugar, but it helped her to lose weight and to retain that lean muscle mass, and she just looks and feels great. And so that's a little bit about our shakes. I can't say enough positive things about them. They're just absolutely fantastic. Let me see if I can get my slides to go again. There we go. Just a little bit more about the difference, and then we're going to keep moving on and get you some recipes today. And I should have said this at the beginning. We have a lot of recipes that we're going to share. So if you have your phone nearby, or if you can take a screenshot, a lot of that's coming, and we want you guys to grab those and be able to play around with those at home as well. So another parts of the Shaklee difference that I just want to make sure I touched on, that it's biologically complete. So you're getting all 9 amino acids. Again, it absorbs very quickly. It's kosher, non-GMO, highest quality. We have both soy, like I mentioned here, and we have a plant version of our shakes as well. That is also a nice option for people who are looking for that. And you can see some of the benefits. I mentioned some of these, but the energy, the immunity, which is a big one right now, right? Blood sugar, heart health, cholesterol, hormones, menopause, it builds cells, enzymes, antibodies, sustains energy. There's so many great benefits to good quality protein. And one of the other differences for Shaklee is that we use a water wash when they isolate the soybean. If it's the soy, or for the plant, they don't use the alcohol wash, which can have some cross-contamination. It's cheaper, which is why a lot of companies choose that, but it also can wash away a lot of the beneficial nutrients from the protein. So that's a little bit about that. And I want to just share a little bit more before we get to Chris. Actually, Angie's next, I think. So what we're going to share on is, again, the flavors that you have to choose from. In the plant version, we have the dark chocolate and the French vanilla, which are amazing. My kids had just the almond milk with the dark chocolate almond or plant-based the other day, and they said it tasted just like chocolate milk, and they asked me for more, which is a good thing. And we have the study here. I know there's a lot of words on the page, but just to show you that they did a study that was looking at weight loss from a group that just did exercise alone and a group that did a post-workout life shake. And the group with the life shake lost more weight, lost more inches, kept the lean muscle mass. But what was really telling was months after that study, they continue to keep that off. And remember what I was saying about other diet programs, that people might lose the weight and then it comes back because they might lose the wrong kind of weight. They might lose the muscle, water weight, things like that, and it comes back and sometimes more fluffier than it was before. And then the other flavors that we have in the soy version, we have the dark chocolate and the French vanilla, and also strawberry, and also a cafe latte for all of you who like coffee. That's a wonderful, and I'm not even a big coffee drinker, but it's a wonderful flavor. So now I get the pleasure to introduce my partner here tonight. One of my partners is Angie Thomas, and she is in St. Louis, like I mentioned. You can see her with her beautiful family, and one of her assistants, I think one of her kids is still with her. And I'm gonna stop the share and let Angie tell you a little bit more about her story, and she's gonna make some wonderful protein balls or energy bites. Some people call them that. Let's see if I can balance this technology here. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself and let Angie talk. So hopefully you.
All right. Well, thanks, Rebecca. I'm gonna have to, in order to see all the protein and us, I'm gonna slouch a little bit, but I'm glad to be here tonight. As you can see on the PowerPoint, I'm from St. Louis. I have 2 kids. I also, like Rebecca, grew up with Shaklee Nutrition in my house. I think my earliest memory of Shaklee protein shakes is in middle school, I was an altar server at 6 a.m. Mass often during the week. Quick, make a shake and run into church. So my earliest memories are from a long time ago. We're still shake drinkers and raising the kids on shakes as well. But as much as we love shakes, sometimes in our house, in many houses, we want just a small snack or something to put in a lunchbox that still has a lot of protein and safe, healthy nutrients. So that is where protein balls are such an asset in our home. So Eliza's going to help me make protein balls to show you how simple it is. We also have a few different recipes that we're going to use for, thank you, that we can use. You can do all sorts of things with it. I'm choosing to make a granola protein ball today. And we're going to start with a cup of peanut butter. You want to tune that in? If peanuts are not your thing, you can use another kind of nut butter. You can also use sunflower seed butter too if you need to. And then we're going to do a half a cup of honey. And I'm going to have to tell you I'm cheating a little bit. I thought I had enough honey, but we didn't. So I added a little bit of water to it to stretch it a little bit. And then we're going to add just 2 scoops of the vanilla protein powder. This gives it flavor. It adds a ton of wonderful protein, like Rebecca talked about, to our protein balls. And then I like to stir it at this point before I add any of the mix-ins in it. And you can really add whatever you have in your pantry that sounds good to you. Tonight, we are going to add a cup of granola, which I love anything with a crunch. So that is right up my alley. We're adding 1/4 cup of chopped cherries. And again, you can use another dried fruit if you don't have cherries on hand. If you do get cherries, I would suggest taking the time to chop them because the dried cherries can be quite big. And then last, we're going to do 1/4 cup of chia seeds. And like Rebecca was talking earlier, that adds some really good fiber, adds a little bit more omega. It's just a nice addition in there. And it also adds a little bit of crunch, which again, we love a little bit of crunch. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to put it up to the camera. It's kind of the consistency of a cookie dough. And so, at this point, we're just going to take a scoop out about the size of you if you were making cookies. And then you can just roll it into a ball. And I just stick them on a tray and stick them in the fridge. Or sometimes I have little people come and eat them before they get into the fridge. And you can also stick them in a Ziploc and put them in the freezer. So you can spend a little bit more time making a double batch, and you get some in the freezer for later. These are great for lunch boxes. These are great for travel when you're going to be in the car for a while and you you know you're going to get hungry. And they're just a super great high protein snack right there.
Awesome, Angie. Thank you so much. That was awesome. And Eliza, good job. That was really great. I loved your helper there. Okay, so I got a message. Are you guys not seeing my slides moving? Do you only saw the one slide? Really? Shoot. I'm not sure what to do about that. Does anybody know? I used Google Slides this time, and I'm like, I don't know why that happened. Okay, well, we're going to try this again, and I'm going to screen share.
Rebecca, did you put it in presentation mode?
Yes. I think I did. Yes.
Oh,
is that what I should?
Presentation mode either.
Okay.
It was in presentation mode.
Say that again, Lucian. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to try. All right. I'm going to try this again.
You didn't have it in presentation mode. You just had it as you opened up. That's all we could see was the one slide we saw. The other slides on the left-hand side, but we couldn't see you advance or anything.
Shoot. Okay. I'm sorry
so
about
you didn't
that.
tell
All right.
it to play.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Let me just go back into it. I'm sorry. That was not, see, you know, I tried something new. Instead of doing PowerPoint, I did Google Slides, and I thought they were pretty fancy until you guys can't see them. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see if I can get back in and try that again. And I did do presentation mode. Okay, I'm gonna move it to my other screen and see if I can. I'm gonna try this again. Now you guys tell me if they don't move. Okay, can you all see this is the main slide, the first slide again. Can you see that? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes?
It
Yeah,
doesn't,
now change
we
it
can
to
see
another
the slide,
slide.
but it doesn't look like it's in presenting.
How about now? Can you?
Oh, that changed.
That slide.
All right, now I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
if you change on the left-hand side, probably
okay,
would
I'm gonna
see it all.
presenting. Can you still see my family?
There you go.
Okay, and how about now?
Yes.
Yes.
Gosh,
That's
guys, I'm really
good.
sorry about that. Okay, I'm not gonna talk through all
Yeah.
this again, but
Just change to another slide.
okay, you can say, I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna talk through all this again, and I'm gonna redo this and send it to you guys. But for now, this is what I was talking on with the Sheckley difference. And then I was talking about the protein and the contents there, okay? And then this is the slide I wanted you to see, the creaminess of the new shakes because they look wonderful. I talked on that. And then we talked about the different ways or the benefits and the shakes and the study, got that. And Angie, I'm sorry, you missed her with her family. There she is. And now here's the protein balls. So here we're getting up to the recipes. Can you all see that? Thumbs up, anybody? Chris, I can see you. Can you see this, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, everybody can see. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Okay,
yep.
here's some protein. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry about that, guys. Gosh. Okay, so here's some protein balls. Angie did a wonderful Liza. So go ahead and if you want to grab some of these and screenshot some of these, and I can send these to you as well, or we can. But these are just some wonderful things that you can try. A lot of times people don't realize when they buy the protein powder that they can do other things with it other than just mixing it with milk. So that's one of my goals tonight, and our goals is to show you guys. So I hope you guys grab that. And then we're gonna get to Chris, and she's going to show us how to make a shake. And just quickly, one thing I love about the protein, other than all the benefits and the nutrients and the fiber and all these different things you get in this clean shake, you can mix and match and do different things. Like today I cut up watermelon and I had this bowl that I put the watermelon in. I had all this watermelon juice and I just dumped that into our shake. And then you know what? I had some cucumbers left over from last night's pitas that we made and I threw those in and I threw some other things. And that might sound really weird to you, but with other things, when you're adding the right amount of fruits and different things like that, you can disguise things and you can add in lemons and peanut butter powder or peanut butter or almond butter, yogurt. You can add in different extracts if you want. And I think Chris is going to share on some of this, so I'm not going to steal her thunder, but there's so many different ways. So here's Chris and Jack and some of their grandkids. And I'm going to let her share a little bit about her story. And I'm going to stop the share here, I think. Let's see if I can do this now and let Chris share So Chris, go ahead and unmute and take it away. She's gonna show you how to make a smoothie, guys.
Okay. So, I'm talking, but I don't see me on here now. Why is that? I wonder.
I can see you.
I
We
know
see
I have
you.
to, I think I have to go to the
We
speaker.
see you.
Okay. All right.
We can
Let me-
see you.
When you know the phone would ring. Go away. We know who you are, and we're not somebody we want to talk to. There we go. So anyway, I started with Shackley about 5 years ago, really starting to use it, and then about 2 years ago, I decided to really get a little more serious about it. But I've known about Shackley for 40 years. Was introduced to it a long time ago, and sorry, I'm just trying to get myself here so I can see me. Okay, never mind. I'll just have to deal with it. So anyway, my thing for tonight is to just we got some screen sharing coming on here. We're gonna have to redo this one for sure, Rebecca. Anyway,
We had
so
lots of bloopers, but
I'm
you're
just
good,
going
Chris.
to
Go
tell
ahead.
you that. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways, 3 different ways I can think of right off the top of my head to make shakes. And I've got this little thing here. It's called a Ninja. Wait a minute. And it just has a little removable spinner. It's so easy. It's so easy to clean. It's convenient. It's small, but when you use it, you have to make sure you put the lid on it. And then this is the little thing that really makes it go. So when I make my shakes, I also have been known to use a shaker cup with a shaker ball in it, which I really enjoy being able to use that. And I'll have to say with the new shakes, I don't know that I will use this guy too much anymore because I really just like using this. And the other thing about the new shakes that I think is so different is in the past, I'd always use milk, and I use soy milk, but you can use almond milk or whatever kind of milk you want to use. Or you can use good old water and ice. So I have some ice cubes I put in there, and normally I'm just trying to just got these shakes this week, so I'm still trying to figure out which way I want to use them. But tonight I'm going to use 8 ounces of milk, and I'm using chocolate. So I already measured out. These are little measuring cups that come in your shake with, you know, when you get your container of shakes. Two shakes go in with 8 ounces of milk. And there. And I have been known to use some frozen stuff. So this, I don't want to turn it too much, but this is actually something that I picked up at Walmart, and it's the cherry berry blend, which I just like to pick out the cherries and the blueberries because they're hard to pick out, and the strawberries, not, you know, I kind of leave them in the bag for something else. And then another thing that I have used that I'm not using tonight is bananas. And you know how you get bananas and they start to get old on you and go brown. So I take them, I peel them, I cut them up, and I put them in a little freezer thing and stick them in my freezer. As I do sometimes put bananas in my shakes. I sometimes use avocado. I have a nice soft one here that I'm going to be cutting up later today. And sometimes I use yogurt. Sometimes seeds. Got this big, huge tub of chia seeds, so I use those. And I sometimes use some flaxseed. I also get peanut butter powder, so PB2 powder. But for tonight, I'm just doing chocolate and berries or cherries, and there's some blueberries in here too. Now, I will tell you this: when you do this, and you use the cherries and berries, and especially the blue ones, your chocolate kind of tends to come out a little gray. So don't beware. It might be a little off-putting to see the color. In fact, I'm not even going to, this is like a real cooking show, right? So I'm going to my refrigerator. And, yep, Already got one already made up, isn't it great? So I made this one up a little while ago. It does have that kind of gray, but the thing that's so interesting, after I mixed it up, it's almost like pudding. And I got it. It's like I just made a batch of pudding, and you can make it. You don't have to have it that thick. You can add more water to it, but the taste is so good, and it's so convenient, and it's creamy. It's really creamy, and just has a really good flavor to it. And I will say it has 160 calories per serving if you use 2 scoops. So be careful. If you're trying to lose weight, think about how many calories you're adding if you start adding to it. But personally, I'd be perfectly happy to have it just mixed with water. And my purchases of soy milk is probably going to go down because I use ice water, I think, a lot of times. And you can mix it up ahead of time and put it in your refrigerator. So like, you want to take it with you to work, or you want to grab it going out the door in the morning. Yes, you can mix it up ahead of time. In fact, I think it actually helps it. It becomes more mixed in. Of course, I'm a retired pharmacist, so it's all about getting stuff to mix and not,
Yeah.
At least we're not
Awesome.
using mortar and pestle to make it.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. And I hope you guys saw that.
Any questions?
Am I breaking up? Sorry. We're about to get a storm here, so we get all sorts of fun things happening. But thank you, Chris, for sharing that. And I hope you guys can see that there's so many different things that you can do and you can add in. And I have some more recipes I want to share with you guys. I know we're running later than I thought, and I have a few things I'm going to zip through really quickly. So let me see if I can successfully share my screen with y'all again. Okay, can you see the recipes up? Can you see my screen? Chris, can you see it? Okay,
Yes.
Great. So these are, if you guys want to grab your phone or screenshot and go ahead and do that. And so you can grab some of these. But what I like to tell people is, look at what's in season right now, or what's maybe you're growing in your garden, or maybe your neighbor's garden if they want to share with you. Things that are in season are great that you can put fresh produce in. Again, you can just shake it up with milk or water, but you can add different things and change the texture with more ice. Avocado adds a little creaminess. Chris had mentioned the avocado has a really good fat option. A good source of healthy fat. Mango adds some more creaminess, but these shakes are really creamy by themselves too. You can add beets, and some of this might be really wild to some of you if you've never done anything like this, but adding greens, adding different fruits and vegetables, playing with adding more ice if you want it more frothy, or like an ice cream, adding more ice will make it that ice cream consistency. There's so many different things that you can do that it can give you this rich, nutrient-dense food, and not only for you, but as you can see, Benjamin was here with me, Eliza was there with Angie. This is great for kids too. So if you have children, grandkids in your life, this is great, nutrient-dense food that you can give them that is really, really healthy, and it's super convenient as well. So I hope you guys were able to grab some of these. Now I'm advancing my slides in a second here. Tell me if it didn't advance, otherwise I'm going to assume it advanced. Here's some more, and one of my very favorites is the overnight oats. Both Angie and Chris had mentioned the chia seeds. Those are like power-packed with lots of good nutrition and fiber, and they will expand in liquid. They also will expand when you eat them, like through a shake, so they will expand in your stomach a little bit to help you feel more full longer, which is really great. But you can take this recipe, grab these recipes, guys, old-fashioned oats, chia seeds, the life shake, maybe a little bit of salt if you want that, milk, stick it in your fridge for a few hours or overnight, and you have kind of a pudding consistency that you can top with berries and your favorite fruits. So good, and kids will love it. And then this frappe, I think that's how you pronounce it, where we have our green energy tea, which is another thing that I love, that you can add to this with some mango and the life shake. There's so many different ways to use this, and I hope that's kind of showing you guys. The peach cobbler shake is another favorite. So yummy. I love adding cinnamon to my shakes. It just kind of gives a nice little, I don't know, just kind of a nice touch to the flavor of the shake. And of course, it's summertime. Yay for summer, even though we're in a really weird time in our country right now. But I know Angie and her kids make popsicles all the time. My kids and I have done that. You can do that with different ingredients, including the protein. And you can blend in fruits and put it in some popsicle molds or even some cups that you have. Maybe even stick a spoon in it and stick it in the freezer. Let it freeze and enjoy a frozen treat. So good, so healthy, and just really, really good for your family too. Now, don't let the green scare you on these muffins. This is another thing that you can do where you can make, I like to make mini muffins with even a few ingredients, but these have a few more ingredients with the protein, some dates, milk, some eggs, oats, baking powder. Spinach is what makes it green, guys, but you can't taste it. Especially when you're adding in some fruits, banana, and things like that to different things. You cannot taste that, and your kids or grandkids will love them, as will any picky eaters. And then one of the things that's like really big right now is these protein parfaits or protein bowls. Chris was saying that her shake kind of thickened up in the refrigerator where you're kind of spooning it. If you like more texture or maybe eating things instead of drinking them, this is a great option where you can mix into yogurt, like a yogurt base, a good healthy yogurt with the protein, mix it in so it gets to be a really, smooth consistency, and then top it with, raspberries, walnuts, granola, coconut, whatever you like, whatever you have on hand. I mean, it's just so much fun, and have your kids involved like Angie did, to help you make these things. It's just so much fun, and it shows them that healthy food can actually taste good. Okay, so I hope you grabbed some of those recipes. I'm sorry again about the slides, but I want to get to some of the things that we have going on. I mentioned to you guys when we were inviting you that we have some specials. These, of course, are optional to take advantage of, but for those of you who are interested in this and also interested in, right now, a lot of people are really looking for ways to build their health up. And people are sick of cooking because we're home a lot more now and we're cooking. This is one meal that I don't have to think about. My breakfast shake is what I have every day, and I have it with my vitamins. And I'm going to talk about that really briefly because we have some things on sale that you guys might want to take advantage of. And so this is called the Prove It Challenge, and this is something that Shaklee has rolled out that includes these protein shakes, okay? It includes a couple canisters. You get to pick your flavors and customize your kit, and right now we have it on sale where you're getting 30 strips of vitamins, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. You're getting 30 life shakes, and you're getting your free 7-day healthy cleanse kit, which is something that somebody could start with if you wanted to kind of jumpstart your weight loss or metabolism or healthy food cravings, better sleep, better energy, things like that. You can start there, you can end there, you can save it for later. That's totally up to you because it's free. And we help you with that as well. This is a special price. It's about $5 a day, and it includes free shipping, a membership to Shaklee where you're always going to save at least 15% off of the retail price no matter when you want to order. It's always up to you when and how often and how much. And you can get this kit right now. And we have something else going on with this kit that I'm going to come back to. But we have another option that has all of those specials except for instead of the 7-day healthy cleanse kit, you get a bottle of Nutriferon, which is our signature immunity supplement. It's a great one for boosting the immune system, which I know a lot of people are concerned about. So you can pick for one of those kits and get all those freebies and discounts and specials. And I wanted to just make sure I highlighted that you also get with these kits a box of this. It's called Vitalizer, which we have it for women, men, and people over the age of 50. And it's basically just this strip of vitamins that you see here that gives you, all of the nutrients that you need. We have the macronutrients in the shake, and we want to have those micronutrients as well, which comes in the strip of vitamins. You get your multi, your Bs, your Cs, your probiotic, your carotenoids, your omegas, your vitamin E in this convenient strip. And you basically, oops, I'm sorry. Wow, this is just one of those. Okay, let me go back. Sorry about that. Anyways, this is just something that really, really fills in all the gaps in your nutrition. Let me find the slide that I was on. There we go. I hope you guys can see that again. Tell me if you can't. Anyways, you have to eat all of this organically is what I was getting at. To get everything that you get in the strip of vitamins plus the protein together, you're really getting that solid foundation. So that's what you're getting in those kits. And we have something that the company has just shared with us as well that our team is doing, and it's called Reset Your Routine Challenge. As people are entering back into the world post, COVID, I know we're still in it. Don't get me wrong on that, but people are getting out more and getting, going back to work and going to church and going to their, some social events and things like that. We want to help people to kind of reset your routine in a healthy way. And so we have this group that's starting here really soon. It's a 30-day challenge where you're taking your vitamin strip and your protein shake a day. And basically you're just staying accountable in the group, and we're helping to support one another to have that, to fuel us, to build our immune systems, to get our energy back, to, you know, all of these things to build our health. And with that, everybody that joins our challenge this week is going to also get this ebook that's pictured in the middle there. It's a healthy eating meal guide ebook that you'll get for free. And then when you share with a friend, and we have at least 3 people doing the challenge or this group together, Shackley's going to send us also this home fitness guide ebook. That's for everybody once we have at least 3. I know we can do that. And then everybody's also going to get the shaker cup. That is, again, you put your milk or water in it, you throw your couple scoops of protein. It has that wire whisk ball. You shake it up and you go. It's super easy, super convenient. And this is kind of a limited time special cup they've never had. So that's kind of fun too. And so just to kind of reiterate all that, and a couple other things I didn't mention. Anybody this week that orders any of the protein, any of the new Life Shake, you want to try it out, you can do that and you're going to get a free gift from us, okay? But for those of you who want to do one of the challenge packs, the Prove It Challenge or the Immunity Challenge, you're going to get an additional free gift. Plus, like I said, the free 30-day meal ebook, the Reset Your Challenge in the Reset Your Challenge group. And then when we have at least 3 people doing that, we're all going to get the shaker cup and that fitness book as well, the ebook. And then everybody tonight, like I said, you all can grab those recipes. If you didn't get them or if you couldn't read them, we can send them to you. And then you're able to enjoy the quick, healthy, balanced meals anytime. So we finally made it, guys. I'm so sorry. We went 12 minutes later than I wanted to. I apologize for that, but we made it through, and I want to just thank you all so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. I think I stopped my share, and you all should be able to see me again. But thank you so much for being with us tonight and learning about some different ways that you can incorporate some healthy meal ideas that's quick, convenient, and nutritious into your day, into your family's day. If anybody wants to stay on and ask any questions or comments, you can go ahead and unmute. But I also really wanted to thank Angie Thomas and Chris Coben and Eliza for helping us out tonight with the demonstrations and showing us how we can use the protein in different ways. Anybody have any comments, questions, thoughts before we say goodbye? Okay, just looking, everybody's muted. Okay, you guys can unmute if you want. Chris, you're talking, but you're muted still. All right, did you want to say something?
You're right. I thought Mary Elizabeth was asking something. Mary Elizabeth, you're muted.
Quickly,
Go ahead.
I just unmuted. Am I muted?
No, we can hear you.
All right.
We can hear you. Nope, now you muted yourself.
I thought I
Okay,
was
good.
unmuted.
Talk.
Okay. So, sorry I forgot about it. My niece graduated and we had that on Zoom. But anyway, so the new shakes, you only use 8 ounces of liquid
Yes.
instead of 10.
Yes, that's a good point. So yeah,
That's correct.
the other Life Shake was 10 ounces. This one is 8. Of course, you can kind of add or subtract liquid if you want a different consistency or texture, but that's the recommendation. Yeah.
Okay, and how do you join your challenge you're doing, Rebecca?
Yeah. So you're going to want to, okay, so
Telling me.
those of you, if you've already bought a challenge pack, you know, that's a one-time purchase. So if you want to join that, we're going to be doing the strip and shake. So it's with the vitalizing plan, and you and Chris can talk and she can help you get into that group. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? I'm really sorry about my slides, guys. I don't know why that happened. Anybody else have any questions, comments? If not, let me stop the recording.